riots, protests, and civil disturbances, fueled by the malicious use of technology such as the internet and social media to spread rumors and extremist views. These are not only scenarios from the United Kingdom riots last August, but what could happen to Singapore if we fail to recognize the challenges in building a cohesive society. Speaking at the annual Community Engagement Programme or CEP Dialogue on Saturday, Deputy Prime Minister Chee Hean outlined globalisation, technology and extremism as three forces which can allow people to find common ground and yet drive people apart at the same time. On globalisation, Mr. Teo noted more Singaporeans now live and work abroad, and maintaining ties with them is not easy. On the other hand, Singapore is getting more cosmopolitan, and this presents its own set of challenges.
Having a confluence of many different races and religions within a small, dense city like Singapore can also result in greater consciousness of the differences in behavior and norms. And differences, when accentuated, can quite easily develop into cracks and fissures. Therefore, while we continue to welcome people who can contribute to Singapore, we need to pay extra attention to facilitating the new immigrants who are ready to sink roots here so that they can integrate into society more quickly. We expect that over time, they and their children will pick up Singaporean ways and become more like us.
Into its 7th year, CEP is a national crisis response network of community, business and youth leaders coordinated by the Home Affairs Ministry. The dialogue saw the participation of some 600 community leaders and several government ministers, including Dr. Yaakob Ibrahim, Mr. Chan Chun Sing, Mr. Tan Chuan Jin and Mr. Lim Swee Say. On technology, Mr. Teo noted the internet and social media's potential in mobilizing people, which can be used to effect positive or negative change.
Reckless or malicious use of technology can disrupt social order and harmony. Anonymity on the internet emboldens people, encouraging them to take on more extreme views than they might otherwise. The internet also amplifies the extreme views even though they might be in the minority.
Lastly, he highlighted the persistent threat of terrorism.
With the internet and social media, it has become much easier for the ideological messages of Al-Qaeda and other terrorist organizations to spread more quickly and further. This has given rise to the emerging concern of more lone wolf terrorists who are indoctrinated by radical ideologies through the internet and social media. It's very difficult to preempt and prevent such attacks. And trying to deal with this perpetrator only after he has taken many lives can at best only provide cold comfort and will not be enough to deter someone, especially if he's prepared to die in the attack.
To tackle the challenges above, Mr. Teo called upon community leaders to step up engagement efforts with different racial and religious sectors, and in particular, the youth.
We must engage Singaporeans from a young age. Our young have not lived through the early days of racial strife in Singapore and may not all be fully aware of the dangers and what needs to be done to maintain the social stability that we have today. The People's Association has thus been increasing its outreach to youth by bringing its Youth Executive Committee members into the CEP effort. The Ministry of Education is also piloting the Community Engagement Leadership Program at Innova Junior College.
At the dialogue, Mr. Teo also launched the book Close Watch, A Nation's Resolve to Secure Singapore, about the national security efforts that kept Singapore safe and secure in the past 10 years. The 5 ministers also fielded questions from community leaders during the dialogue. Find out what they have to say in our next few clips.